Here's a quick video on my XJ's headliner. Yep, I finally bit the bullet and pulled it out. And you want to get it down to just straight fiberglass. And basically, what I did was I stripped off all the foam. That stuff was a nightmare. Real huge pain. And I went over it with a DA. I put 80 grit on a DA for the final prep. Just ran over it to kind of flatten everything out. And I wasn't worried about knocking down the hairs. Well, not the hairs, but making it, smooth, slick smooth. I was just worried about roughing it up. I basically wanted to get all the old foam and all the old glue off of the fiberglass. So that's why I ran over it with 80 grit on a DA. And I had some spots like back here. I put some fiberglass filler. I think they call it Duraglass. I put that just like right here to fill up some gashes. And there's a gash right here. And there was a gash right here, like right there. And I used fiberglass filler on that as well. And just sanded it down. I put some up here as well. The front needed it, just for like to fix this corner for one. Some more support. And the main thing with this bed liner is that you can actually spray it on and it'll go blonde like this. It won't be completely covered. So basically, if you hold it up close, you're going to have real thick, and if you hold it back too far, it's going to be fine. So you're going to want to go over it a couple times. You want this stuff to be you want to develop a good layer. You want it to build. You want to have it completely covered, good coverage like that right there. Otherwise, you're going to see it like right here. You see how it's kind of blonde? You can kind of still see the fiberglass underneath. Now, if you do, you can just get you some black spray paint. Like if you miss a spot, just hit it with the black spray paint, and it will blend, and it will look good. It will still look alright. But like right in here, like this is mostly covered up. Like you're only going to see like maybe this up to here. Like this is all covered up with trim, like all the way to the back. So I wasn't too worried about that right there. Wasn't too worried about the very edges. Like back in here you can see this is all covered up. As well as for these back Christmas trees, whenever you pull them out, the little plastic plugs. Let's see. Basically, just get you some new ones. Let's see, I've done this like 4 hours ago, and it's completely dry. Let's see. These are like for a door panel. These slide on. Something like that. With the bigger the head, the better. Maybe even put a washer on this and stick it up there, because you want it to be good and supported. It's getting covered up anyway. Here they are. These are the guys I'm looking for. These are a little bit bigger. You only need a couple. I've still got one somewhere. I still got a couple that I pulled out. They're really big, but I broke a couple of them. So I'm just going to go ahead and set these out. There's 3 of them all together. And whenever you pull this, you don't want to pull the Christmas tree from the top with your pry tool. You want to get behind the headliner. You can see where it's kind of creased up. because you want to get behind the headliner and get under the screw and pull up. Otherwise, you're going to damage your actual headliner. This is flimsy. This thing is really flimsy. It's not strong. You will put a hole or gash your headliner if you go in from the top, because there's just, you're going to dig into it. You got to get from the behind it. You can see right here, I tried to get in front of it. You see that big gash? I stopped, thankfully, and better sense prevailed. But yeah, it does look really good, and it's you can see my hand. It ain't lifting. Like I'm pressing down, I'm rubbing it like I was washing. If I was washing a car, this is what I would be doing, and none of it's flaking off or peeling. That's just a little piece of fabric. None of it's coming off. It's completely dry. I'm gonna show you now my headliner center console. Basically, when you're pulling this thing out, you take the back trim off around it. It's all Phillips head screws. You pretty much just remove or loosen the trim on both sides. There's tabs, and these tabs have like little tits that you gotta move out of the way. Like right here, there's a little tip holding this thing in, and just various little things to hold the headliner in place. And once you get it wiggled loose on one side, you can pretty much just jiggle it and it'll pull free from the other side. But you do have to remove all the screws around it. There's T in the grab handles on the front, the back, both sides. On the front passenger side, they are all T20 Torx bits, as well as your speakers. There's two T20 screws back here as well for the speakers. Just slowly work your way from the back to the front is what I did. And then really the only thing holding this center console in, and I haven't seen anybody make a video explaining how to remove this, but there's basically two Phillips heads here and here, and then back here there's just like two little tits that you just got to move out of the way and to free the back, and then it will just lift up, and you can just slide it forward and it'll lift out. You do not have to cover all this up in here. I just did that, but you don't have to necessarily go this far. You could actually, but I wanted to make sure I had good coverage. And there's three Phillips heads on both sides for the visors, and then there's one Phillips head right here. And then whenever you drop the visors down, there's going to be a little, you're going to have to fish the line through and the wire and disconnect it with a little flathead or test slide or whatever you got handy, especially on the back. The speakers. These are your seat belts. There's, for the back seat, there's one on both sides. Obviously, it is a Torx T47. And that's pretty much what you're going to need. You're going to need a T47 for the Torx bits, your standard Phillips head, and a T20. Now, I used an impact to make fast work of all this stuff to pull it out, and I would recommend it. And you're going to need a pry bar, a pry tool for removing these clips. If you don't have the pry tool, just get you a pair of pliers and grab the end of that tip and just pull it out and break it. Because you don't want to ruin your headliner over pennies. You know what I mean? Alright. I had two, it took about a whole bottle of that Raptor liner stuff, and I'll show you exactly what I use. It's just your standard, let's see, well, I cut the bottles open because there's still some left in it. Whenever you get done using it, there's still like 1/8 of an inch or well, it's like up to that bottom line of the label. That's how much is in there. It's quite a bit to be wasted, in my opinion. Whenever you get done with this, obviously you want to clean your gun. This is just some spray gun cleaner. Just throw it in there, let it soak. This is the spray gun. This is your hardener. There is the gun cleaner. If anybody's curious, it's like 20 bucks. Alright. As far as the center console, overhead console itself, you got to pry these out, and there you can see the little tabs are just like forced in between the headliner and the console. You just got to pop them out of place. You can see down there. Oh man, the fabric got ripped, so I ended up having to remove the fabric, which it was trash anyway. And now I am going through the painstaking process of peeling all this glue off, because this is actually riveted together. You can see where the material gets wrapped around. Let's see back here. I don't want to drill all that out and have to redo it. So I don't know. There's one of your plugs. You just squeeze it on both sides and pull out. And here's the other plug. You just squeeze it on the opposite side, and that's your only plugs to pull this. The rest, there's your holes for your screws. They are right next to right underneath where the visor clips in. And pretty much just 2 screws and that's it to remove that, as well as you're going to need to have a little flathead screwdriver handy to get that plug. You can just pull that one out by hand because you just squeeze it on both sides. I am dreading this. Like this has been like a pain, like a super pain. Like before I sprayed the bed liner, I used spray adhesive. It's Gorilla Glue spray adhesive. I used it to kind of give the bed liner something to bite into. It sprayed out real nice. It doesn't spray out real globby like some spray adhesives. I've had 3M spray adhesive before and it come out real thick. And let's see here. I'm dreading this. That's pretty much all the progress I've made in like 20 minutes of trying to figure out a better way to get this off. I'm going to look for my heat gun and try to put some heat on it and see if that'll help. I'm thinking it might make it stickier. I don't know, but I'm gonna try it.